into For the Culture podcast. This is Max, this is Rose, and I'm Christina, and we have our special guest, Kandii Jewel.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
I'm good. Can't
That's
complain.
good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted to start off with, how did you get into modeling?
It was after a really bad breakup, and I kind of was like, I need to find my confidence again. So I ended up, I don't know how, honestly. I had this brand called NP Attire in Miami hit me up and was like, let me send you some shirts and some this, some that, and we'll see what happens. And after that, it kind of just got out of hand, and I had other brands messaging me, Teen Hearts, and so I ended up just doing that. And from that, it kind of just evolved. I wouldn't really necessarily call me a model. I'd rather call myself like a woman of many traits. Because now I'm just doing acting, but I feel like from modeling and learning my confidence through the camera has helped my acting career, because you portray someone you're not through the camera. So I feel like it really helped me with what I'm doing now.
So your lane is more acting?
Yes.
That's what you want to do?
Yes.
You want to like move to like California or move to a different
Atlanta or LA, yeah.
LA?
Everything's moving to Atlanta, so.
Why not New York?
It's too cold.
But I thought you liked the cold.
I love the cold, but that's too cold. Like, I could do Atlanta cold, but I can't do New York cold.
Like, it snowed in Atlanta before.
I know, I've never seen snow.
Oh.
So, yeah.
You probably don't want to go to like...
Yeah.
Well, I heard that there's like different pay and stuff. Did you research that or?
Yeah, in my my acting school, my teacher actually tells us that Atlanta is now becoming very like poppin', that you need a referral to get into any agency near Atlanta, because Florida's a work to pay state, so you could sign up with any agency, and then they let you work, you get paid. But in Atlanta, if I want to move there or LA, I need a referral from either my teacher or my agencies. If not, then I'm just going to be stuck there with my head between my legs, not knowing what to do.
Wow.
One of the reasons why too is because it's cheap to make movies over there now. That's why a lot of
The
people go to
taxes,
there you go.
the taxes got
A lot
cut
of people
from
go
Florida.
there to make movies because they save more money. Now if they was to go to California, the taxes over there are expensive.
And Atlanta's a beautiful city.
Atlanta's
that's
gorgeous.
It's like a small little central city, but it's nice.
Oh, it's gorgeous, yeah.
So I mean, is that something you want to do soon?
When I'm ready, I'm just giving it to God and the universe, and when it's my time, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like on your YouTube stuff, you're like infatuated with like shoes and stuff like that.
Oh God,
When did that
I love
start
shoes.
With like shoes and all that.
When I lived in Orlando with my mom, my parents are divorced, so I was very like sheltered, Christian school. I wore uniforms, so the only way I was able to like signify myself was my shoes. So I would buy Jordans. There was no Yeezy back then. Like there was, but I didn't know about him.
Yeah.
Or his brand Kanye. So I was just always into 3s, 4s, 11s, 12s, all of it. So I just got it, and then my mom sold all of it when I moved out, and so yeah, she was upset. But and then I just started again, sold all of my Jordans for like $5,000, and ended up going into the hype of Kanye, and that's it. Now I'm an Adidas girl.
Did you go into like sneaker conventions and stuff like that? And like,
Yeah. It's intimidating, full of men and all that stuff. So when they see a girl, they're like monkeys. Who's that?
Yeah.
And it's crazy. But I like proving them like you can't. Can I curse here?
Yeah.
You can't fuck me over. Like I know the retail. I know the
Prices,
price
yeah.
points. Like you're not gonna like finesse me. It's impossible.
It's crazy too at those conventions. Be grown men.
Grown men.
Fighting with
They
kids.
love them shoes.
Yeah.
They'll like beat up shoes, but they like OG, they'll charge like $300.
I respect the older men that have been in the business of sneakers before the hype, before all of it. So I respect them.
So what's your top 5 Jordans?
Top 5 Jordans. They're gonna be all 11s, and that sucks. It's gonna be Space Jams, Concords. Actually, let's go to Jordan 1s. Let's do Bread 1s, and Celtics. Celtic
favorites? Concourses? I mean the
11s and the 1s are my favorites. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have any 11s anymore, but the 1s are just
The ones, yeah,
awesome,
mine too.
especially with Virgil, going with Nike, and creating that, it was insane.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Do you customize your shoes?
No, I would fuck them up so bad. I've seen people with like the white Yeezys or white 4s, like pure money 4s, and customize it. I'm like, I can't do it. I would have to like give it to someone to do it.
I think they do it online though.
Yeah,
like
they do it, but I mean, for me, it loses its value.
Yeah.
It's almost like watches. Whenever you put diamonds in the watches, it loses its value.
Yeah.
I feel
Like
like
it depends.
the
Some
traditional.
people, some customized be snapping it.
Yeah, but then you can only sell it to people who want customized.
Yeah.
Or else if you keep
That's
it
true.
traditional, people always want that
Everybody's
traditional.
more better in the market.
Yeah. So I mean, it's to each his own, honestly.
So I see you signed with an agency. What's the pros and cons to that?
Sportsbook and Applegate. I guess it just really depends who your agency is, because sometimes they'll just sign you and then you'll never get a call, or it's just for luck for their brand. But I respect my agencies. They give me a lot of work or auditions, so I wouldn't say there's a con, because like I said, it's a work to pay state, so it's not like you sign a contract. You're not needing to stay with them and just them, but it's preferably to stay with one agency instead of multiple agencies, because if an agency books you for the same thing, you got to choose which one gets the 10% out of your pay, and that's not fun.
So what kind of stuff do they get for you? Like,
Commercial. I got a commercial for this international. It's not out yet. It's for international. It's for Airports International, and it's supposed to represent Fort Lauderdale. So like if you go to an airport, you'll be like Miami. You like see some fine bitches. You'll see alcohol and you see clubs. So people go to Miami. So now they made one for Fort Lauderdale where it's just like the whole community, including the LGBTQ community, which was what part I was in.
I seen the trailer for that.
Yeah, so I love that, because I was praying to God and I was manifesting in last year that I want my first booking to be what I represent, which was my community and self-love, and that's exactly what I got. So it was a blessing.
Tell us about you coming out. Like, how was that? I seen a video. It was about you and your boyfriend and him coming out and you coming out.
My first boyfriend,
Tell us.
Alex. My first boyfriend in 5th grade in Verde Elementary in Boca, and we dated for 2 years. And now he is very much gay, and I'm very much lesbian. So coming out wasn't a choice I had. My mom got hints because my sister was dating a girlfriend of mine, and they were a lesbian couple, lesbian moms, whatever, obviously. So they ended up telling my mom that, oh, both of your daughters are gay. And I convinced my mom I wasn't gay, I'm not gay. Like, don't freak out, I'm not gay. So I ended up having to date multiple boys, getting dumped because I wouldn't have sex with them. And so she was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing, they're jerks. Like, I honestly didn't give a fuck, honestly. But it was to the point where I wasn't happy with myself at an age. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna tell her. So previously, when I lived with my dad, people found out I was bisexual. I got bullied for 2 years in middle school in, what's across from Spanish River High School? Omni Middle. So I got bullied, I got teased, I got made fun of, I got beat up in the bathroom. Like, and they didn't even know I was gay. They thought I was bisexual. So after that, my mom took me away to Orlando, and I was like, I'm just gonna hide it. I'm done. I'm just gonna hide it. No one's gonna know. I'm not gonna get bullied. Fuck this. And it was to the point where my sister came out to me saying she liked girls. And so as an older sister, I was like, all right, I'm going to tell mom, and whatever happens to me, good, you can come out to her. If something happens to me bad, stay in the closet and let me take the repercussions and the heat, so she just doesn't focus on you. So that's what I did. I was in the car, I came out to her, and the next day I was in church for 6 hours getting prayed over by warriors of God, throwing up because there was no air conditioning and they wouldn't let me eat or drink. So my mom was not fond of it at all. I never got to go out, got sent to multiple Christian schools, almost got sent away to Alabama for a camp to make me straight. So it was just like this whole journey. I ended up becoming 18, moved out, lived with my dad, who, God bless his heart, loves me and is just so happy I'm gay. He's just so happy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And was your boyfriend at the time? Did he come out later after you guys were together, or was he did you get hints when you were together, like, oh, he's cute, but, you know, I feel like he's a little...
When I dated him in 5th grade, I could, like, looking back on it now, he was very feminine, with the long hair, the Justin Bieber flip, you know, the way he walked, you know what I mean? Hey. So, looking back at it, we both could see, because I was at 5th grade, I was still dominant as hell, like, what the fuck, and so... And so we, like, I saw him at Manor last week, and he was with a boy, and I was with some girl. Actually, I wasn't with anyone.
But they just happened to come around.
I mean, it's just weird how it worked out, you know? I didn't see him because he's just always working, and now we just became, like, really good friends because of it.
At what age did you, like, say, like, now I'm not interested in guys no more?
I think it was not I wasn't interested in guys. I think it's when I realized I liked girls when I was in 3rd grade, 4th grade, 2nd grade, where I would always say, I hope I have a girl teacher next year. And if I do, I hope she's pretty. Every year I would say that. And when I find out it'd be like Miss, I would just get so excited. And then if she wasn't attractive, I'd be like, I don't even want to go to school anymore. So I think it was that realization. I didn't know what gay was. All I knew is that I think she's really pretty and I want to be as close to her as possible. And then it ended up being, I kind of want to kiss her and, you know, more than that. But we want to eat. No, chill. Yeah, actually, yeah. But yeah, my friends would have boy teachers and they'd be like, he's so hot. And I'm like, yeah, he's so hot. You'd have to play it off for a long time.
Were your friends supportive when you came out? Or were they not friends at the time?
I had friends I would experiment with. So there'd be girls that would come up to me in middle school when I would get bullied and be like, listen, like, I think I like girls too. So we would experiment and they would end up being bisexual or whatever their preference was at a young age, they don't know. So if you call that friends, I guess, but I really didn't have friends growing up. It was just like a very by myself kind of zone. Still is, so.
What about in schools? Like, what do you feel like should be implemented to avoid the bullying?
Safety, acceptance, and tolerance. So I feel like, yes, it's more accepted now than it was when I was in 5th grade, but it's still to the fact that these kids, it's not like they're born saying, I'm racist, I'm like not homosexual, I don't like gay people. It's how they're raised. So I feel like it shouldn't be implemented on the kids, it should be implemented on the adults to say your kids should love whoever they love and not judge anyone. So these schools should just probably teach the parents to be not better parents, but be more tolerant and having their kids be more accepting to how the world is evolving and changing.
Did you ever deal with a lot of depression?
Yeah. Still do. So I don't think it ever goes away unless you talk to someone, and mental health is a really, really big issue for me.
I was just about to say that, it's a big thing.
Yeah, it's a big thing for me. Seeing these celebrities and seeing people just like every day messaging me with depression, and it hurts because I don't want to think that people feel what I feel on the daily. Because I have to be strong and I have to show social media that there's the end to the rainbow, there's a pot of gold. And it's hard because sometimes I feel like a hypocrite preaching and then not taking my own advice into being happy and loving yourself and doing what you love, you know what I mean? So that's like a really big point on why I do what I do, because I feel like especially in the gay community or acting industry, people don't talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, there's finally like models who are stepping out of the closet and saying, this is what I have, this is what this is and that is, and I appreciate that a lot. But I feel like for South Florida, there needs to be more talk of what people don't want to talk about. Like for X, rest in peace, he talked about the demons in his closet. He was evolving to be a better person. Yes, he bashed gay people, he all the rumors, but he was trying to become a better person, and I respect that from him, and I'll always love his music. And he was the only musician I know of, rapper in Florida, that talked about depression, anxiety, anger issues, and he's gone, and it's just shocking that we actually had a voice in this generation, and now he's, you know, God bless his heart in heaven, but still, there needs to be someone else to step up and show that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to have anxiety and depression. It's okay to have bad thoughts because we're human. So.
Yeah, he impacted our culture like how Tupac and Biggie died.
Yeah, too young.
Yeah.
He was too young.
What do you have to say for those who are still in the closet now that want to come out but are really scared to?
There's never really a perfect time. I know people like say I have to wait for the perfect time. I feel like if it's you don't see straight people coming out of the closet. Mom, I'm straight. Dad, I'm straight. It just sucks that we have to do that as a community, but I just have to say, like, stay strong, be true to yourself, love yourself, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters is yourself. Because you came in this world alone, and you're going to die alone, so might as well just be happy with yourself.
So as far as like you grew up in like, you said you were like Jewish?
My dad's Jewish, my mom's Christian.
So like as far as like the values, how does that go into like your beliefs, or do you still believe in that type
I believe
of
in
life?
God, I believe in guardian angels, I believe in the universe. God created the universe created us, so I feel like there's a higher power, but it's not what Christianity takes it out to be. I don't feel like Christianity is a bad religion. I feel like it's the people, humans, who make it bad. I feel like God will love you no matter who you love, no matter what you do, as long as you follow basic human like necessities, like be kind to one another. Shout out to Ellen DeGeneres, that's my girl. Love each other, accept each other, be tolerant, give back to the community. Basic things that I feel like we're already inclined to do, but we choose because we have choices not to do it. So I feel like either way, he loves you, and it's just what it is.
That and the Bible was written in different times, and everything evolved. So these are different times. I feel like, how can people, like, that's why you have a lot of people, like older pastors are not connecting with us because they're thinking about the past, and we're in a different time right now. That's why younger pastors in different churches are connecting with us now more than the older pastors.
It's all generations, because they were learned by their parents and their parents were learned by their parents. So it's just a huge generational gap, especially for this generation. We're just blowing up in a good way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alright, do you want to tell everyone if you have a girlfriend or not?
I'm single.
Yeah, you're single.
I'm ready to mingle?
I'm trying. It's hard.
Really? So like, is the atmosphere of like a single lesbian, it's not like, for me, if I'm single, I go out, I see, for you it's different, because how do you know who's gay?
You go to gay
who's not?
clubs, you go to Tinder.
So basically if you want to go date somebody, you have to go to a gay club so that you can identify.
Or you just come to a podcast, I don't know.
What I'm saying is it kind of difficult? You might see somebody, a girl you like, and be like, oh hey, but then she's like, I'm not gay. I'm like, oh, it's not.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, there's like, I guess a lesbian rule, you never date a straight girl. But what do? We always date the straight, and I never dated a straight girl. I've seen my friends heartbreak from straight girls, and I'm like, what do you expect? She likes men. You're not a man, like she must love you, but she's obviously gonna want to be with a man. So it's either a bisexual girl, so it's like a hit or miss, or a lesbian girl. But when I was at Manor last week, I would compliment these girls. They'd be like, oh, I'm straight. I'm like, why the fuck are you here? I don't understand. Like, I genuinely go to Space, go to like another club. Like, this is a gay club, and I'm not saying like if you're straight, don't come to the club, but don't look good and come to the club because
to not get hit on.
Yeah, not to get hit on. But I know a lot of straight guys that go to the club and the gay club, and it's actually flattering to them. They're like, damn, I'm good looking. I'm like, shut up, sit down. It's just crazy. I love it. But yeah, it's hard in the lesbian community to be single because everyone knows everyone. Everyone has slept with everyone, and I'm not that everyone. I'm very to myself. So if I find out you slept with her and her, I won't sleep with you because I don't want that. And I know like in the heterosexual it's the same thing, but it's just so small. Like you date this girl, next thing you know your ex-girlfriend dated her too, and you're just like, what the fuck? So it's hard.
Is that small?
It's so small. That's why my ex-girlfriend, I found her in Orlando, and I was like, oh, you're mine. No one knows who you are. No one's gonna know who you are. everyone knows who she is now, but yeah.
Yeah, I've seen her on before she was performing.
Yeah. Yeah, she's beautiful. We're still close. I love her, and you know, shit happens. I wasn't ready. She wasn't ready, and you just have to live on with life.
Yeah.
You know.
So explain to me the difference between a dyke, a stud, a stem, and a femme, and a no label.
Holy shit! All right,
Let's start with one.
I'll start with studs. In my opinion, oh my god, I'm gonna get bashed by the community. In my opinion, look straight into the camera. In my opinion, a stud is a girl who you know is a girl. Long hair, acts feminine still. You could tell it's a female. I used to be a stud. Yeah. So that's my perception. You dress like a preppy boy, like a pretty boy. Dyke's not really a word we like to use or they like to be called, but in my opinion is a butch kind of girl. You know, short hair, bandages up sometimes because for the flat chest, and likes to wear a strap on. But I feel like every lesbian likes to wear a strap on because it's a fucking power trip. So I can't even judge that. But a no label is a no label. I can't really signify that. And then I signify myself as a stem. So I could just like dress like a guy or just like a girl, just depending how I'm feeling when I wake up.
Okay. And what about a femme?
Femme is just like how she's looking, like very like with the nails, lipstick. They call them lipstick lesbians. So you wouldn't know that you wouldn't know they were gay. So she'd come out in like heels and a dress. And a guy would like hit on her, and she'd be like, "Oh, I'm a lesbian," and then be like, "What the fuck? You don't look like a lesbian." And that's like lipstick lesbian femme.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Lesbian Dictionary.
It's a lot.
And what about your name, Kandii Jewel? Like, where did that come about?
Growing up, my family would always call me Candy Cane or Kandii. So it ended up being Kandii, and my middle name is Jewel. So
pretty.
I was like, Kandii Jewel, all right, let's do it. So that's how I ended up doing it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Dope. And where now? Like, where do you want to go now? Like, with your acting, like, what steps are you taking to get there right now?
School, watching a lot of movies, TV shows, and just really seeing. I view it so differently now because it's not only like people watching a good show to the point where they think it's real, it's to the point where these people actually spend months in 12 plus hours on set to get into this character of us actually believing it's who they really are. And I just love it so much, and going to acting school now it's just amazing.
It's an art.
It's seeing these people who are trying to become a paid actor like I am is just like, it's just the energy in the room. It's such a safe place, and it's not like high school when you went to drama class and everyone was just like, I just need an extra credit. It's actually where people want to learn the craft and the art of becoming a different person within the moment, and I just love that so much.
Do you have a top 3 male versus female actor that you're inspired by? Or top favorite?
I wouldn't say, okay, top favorite would be, I like Johnny Depp.
What about Leonardo DiCaprio?
Leonardo DiCaprio is very handsome. I'll give him that. And he's such a good, I've seen a lot of his films when he was younger. And just him living in a moment of these characters where he can't even relate to like how they feel, but he's so good at acting. You forget he's even Leonardo DiCaprio, and you actually think he's actually this other person. And he's just insane. Him, Johnny Depp, and I forgot his name. I forgot the movie. It was like The Mask. It was like a green mask.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Jim Carrey?
Is it Jim Carrey?
Yeah, The Mask, right?
Yeah, The Mask. Yeah,
Jim
he's phenomenal. He's a little crazy, but I like a little crazy, so I appreciate that a lot.
He did
What about Denzel Washington?
Yeah, he's
Denzel Washington. I'm sorry, I'm like everywhere.
Oh, but there's quite a few.
There's a lot. Female actresses are like Angelina Jolie.
She's good.
I'm brain farting on everyone's name. Princess Diaries. the queen. What was her name?
Yeah, I know who you're talking
I know.
about.
Yeah. So there's a lot. I just can't. I'm so bad with names.
Taraji P. The Empire, the mother.
Oh, she's fine. Cookie. No, she's fine. Yeah, no, she's an amazing actress. Like I said, I like it a little crazy, especially if someone plays it. So yeah, I vote with that.
Do you want to do more movies or like shows?
I want to do
It all.
it all. Yeah, I would love to. Like, my end goal is for modeling. One of my goals is to be in Yeezy runway, because he's the only person who lets any size, tattoos yes or no, color of skin doesn't matter. He likes diversity, and so I love that. But for acting, it's like orange is the new black. I want to be in the next season. I want to be in the next Fast and the Furious. I want to be where I feel like I belong and placed. Like, I'm learning from acting school that I could be diverse. It doesn't matter if you have tattoos. It doesn't matter if you have piercings, because if you're a good enough actor, they're going to be like, we got you. Makeup might have to come 2 hours earlier, but if you want it bad enough, you'll get it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I was reading one of your poems. They're very deep.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a mental block recently because I don't like to write out of a state of anger and frustration and being mad, because I'm just gonna end up cursing. So when I do write, it's either from a place of love and being in love, or being depressed and being in a hole and being hurt.
Some people will say let it all out, even writing when you're mad. Write a poem when you're mad.
I can't, because I get frustrated. I just get frustrated, and it's very obvious who I'm talking about when I'm mad. It's very obvious.
Start writing names down.
Yeah, exactly.
Janice, fuck you.
It's actually one of my ex-girlfriend's names.
Oh, you see?
Oh.
See? Sorry, Janice.
Oh my god.
So you do that like as a art, or do you do that just like for yourself?
I do that because I've realized it's a healthier way of getting out my emotions. And if I don't, I'd rather not be in such a bad mental state and do nothing with it. But instead, I would rather put it into words as best as I can. And surprisingly, knowing other people feel the exact same way, and they just don't know how to put it into words. So it's a relief. It truly is. People will go running, people will do kickboxing, and I write. Maybe because I'm lazy, but I don't know. But I just write.
Would you ever do like music?
Oh, God, I suck at singing.
What about rapping?
Oh, little Kandii here. I'm just kidding.
Or like neo soul like music where they're kind of like talking poetically.
Oh, I've seen that. I never really thought of that though.
I think you should enjoy it.
You think?
Yeah, just try it.
I'll try it. Yeah, I just
Let me
don't
hear
like
those
how my
Get you on the
mustard on the beat.
I just don't like my voice. Well, I feel like everyone doesn't like their voice, but I'm afraid. It's like, even with this, I'm just dreading to know how I sound after this. And it's just gonna be so cringeworthy. I'm gonna love it.
So, I have seen that you wrote on Twitter that
Oh my god.
Bring up the Twitter.
that
Skepticism.
you bought your first strap-on and you fucked your girl.
This is recent.
Oh my god,
This was
no.
about last year.
You went deep in my
I had to do a little research.
I'd be
We
happy
gotta
to
do
too.
the
When you
research.
Oh my
find
god,
somebody
it's
like
hot in here, man.
Yeah.
Take this off.
Yeah.
How big was it, first of all?
It was, god damn. It
What's
was
the average size? That's like 6'5" inches.
like that big. I don't know.
Is that
God damn it.
skinny or like fat?
It's the best. It's the best one you could buy.
It's just like top of the line.
It's the
Top
top
of
of
the
the
line.
line strap
Are they
on.
like hard or are they like the jelly ones or are they like?
It's made out of something skin, so it actually, I don't know what the fucking dick feels like, but from my ex-girlfriend's point of view, it's pretty fucking up
Amazing.
there.